Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. And I am here with another Throwback Tunes on another Thursday. Now, last week I reviewed not Lil Kim's, but Foxy Brown's album, Il Na Na, which was her debut album. Now I'm reviewing Hardcore, which was Lil Kim's debut album. Now here's why I decided to do Lil Kim's album this week, because if you've seen last week's video, I pointed out that these two debut albums by Lil Kim and Foxy Brown, they both came out around the same time. I crap you not. One came out a week after the other. I crap you not. I forgot, and it's funny because I read this last week, but I truly forgot which came out first. But I do remember that they both came out around the same time. So yeah, there you go with that. So let's get on with this album rather. So this joint came out November the 12th, 1996. Wow. And it was recorded from 95 up to 96. And it was under, how do you even pronounce this? Undius Records or Undius Recordings, Big Beat Recording Records rather, in Atlantic, obviously. Surprisingly, there's no mention of Bad Boy or anything like that. But yeah, that's weird. But anywho, let's move on. So let's look at some background info on this album. After making a debut recording appearance on Junior Mafia's Conspiracy album, Lil Kim appeared on records by artists such as Mona Lisa, the Isley Brothers, and Toto. Y'all remember that group? With recording her debut album, Hardcore was mainly recorded at the Hit Factory in Manhattan, New York City, working with a number of producers including, Puff Daddy and Jermaine Dupri. The album featured edgy hardcore rap and explicit sexuality rather, as the title suggested. Hardcore, get it? Which are at the time were two territories that had long been the province, how you pronounce that word, of male rappers. The album was originally titled Queen Bee. So yeah, and then during the recording sessions, Kim and the notorious B.I.G made a demo for the track Street Dreams, but it was never released officially. So with that out the way, let's look at these tracks. Well, actually no, before we get to that, let's look and see if this album actually did anything charts wise. So this album was 67 on the Canada Top Albums/CDs, 116th on the UK albums charts, 15th on the UK R&B album chart. What? Okay, whatever. Number 11 on the US Billboard Top 200, and number 3 on the US Top R&B/hip hop albums. Now by the end of the year, which was 1997, it was 66 on the US Billboard 200 and 11th on the US Top R&B/hip hop albums charts. And this album went double platinum. So that's pretty good. That's really good if I do say so myself. So with that out the way, now let's look at the tracks. Now here's the thing. Originally, this album came out with 15 tracks, and a grand total of 4 of them were skits, meaning 11 of the tracks were actual songs. But the album was reissued a year later, and it added another track. And this is actually a well-known track. Like, everybody who was watching this video should know this track. You should know this track, just by memory. So I ain't gonna get to that yet. Let's look at the original 15 tracks. So the first track is the intro called Intro in A Minor, which is pretty funny. Next track is called Big Mama Thang, featuring Jay-Z and Lil Cease. Expect to see that name a lot. No, not Jay-Z, unfortunately, but Lil Cease. Third track is actually one of the 3 singles, and it's called No Time, featuring Puff Daddy. So at the time, he was known as Puff Daddy. I ain't gonna get on that again. The fourth track is called Spend a Little Dough, followed by Take It, which is the second skit. Next up is another single, Crush on You, featuring, you guessed it, Lil Cease and the notorious B.I.G. Expect to see that name a lot. Now that part I ain't complaining. Speaking of which, the next track is called Drugs, and it features the notorious B.I.G. Track number 8 is the third skit, and it's called Scheming without the G. Track number 9 is called Cream Bitch, featuring my girl Aaliyah and, you guessed it, the Notorious B.I.G. Track number 10 is called Dreams. Next up is Mafia Land. Obviously, they got Mafia abbreviated. Track number 12 is called We Don't Need It, featuring Junior Mafia. Next up is, well, can we call that a single? It's called Not Tonight, featuring Jermaine Dupri. We'll get more on that track later. And then track number 14 is called Player, P-A-Y-E-R, not A-P-A-P-L-A-Y-A rather, but Player Haters, and that's the last skit off this album. And then the last track off the original joint is called Fuck You, featuring Junior Mafia and the Notorious B.I.G. Now, if we look at the 97 reissue version, the additional track they added was Not Tonight Remix. And that one features Da Brat, Lisa Left Eye, Missy Elliott, and Angie Martinez. So this is that one track, that Ladies Nice track. Yeah, that track. You all should know that one. And that's an actual singer right there. That's why I was hesitant when I wanted to refer to the original Not Tonight song as a single, because the remix is a single. I don't know about the original. So that's a new one right there. All right, so with that out the way, let's look at the single. So the first single is called No Time, and this is actually a forgotten song right here. I have to say, this is a forgotten song. So this single came out October 29, 1996, and believe it or not, this song was Lil Kim's first #1 hit on the charts. So that's pretty cool. And this song contains a sample of Vicki Anderson's Message from the Soul Sisters and Lynn Collins' Take Me Just As I Am. There was a music video for this song as well. And yeah, there you go with that. Now let's look at the charts. Oh, wow. Okay, this is pretty different. But let's see if we can get through this. All right, so it was 45th on the UK singles charts. It was 18th on the US Billboard Hot 100. It was 9th on the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs, and there's the #1 right there. #1 in the US Rap Songs charts. So by the end of the year 1996, okay, this is weird. Not this part. It was 29th on the US Billboard Hot Rap Singles chart. So, you mean, wait, it wasn't on that chart prior, before they got to the end of the year 1996? And here's where things get even more crazy. By the end of the year 1997, it made more charts. How is that possible? Like, how? Like, this song was not on any of these charts, with the exception of the US Billboard Hot 100. And that's it. Everything else, they just came out of nowhere. Well, with the exception of the US Billboard Hot Rap Singles. All right, so let's take a look. It was 80th on the US Billboard Hot 100. So this was a really good song. It stayed on the charts for over a year. It was 50th on the US Billboard Hot 100 single sales, 36th on the US Billboard Hot R&B singles. What? Okay, anyway. 22nd on the US Billboard Hot R&B single sales. Again, what? 73rd on the US Billboard Hot R&B airplay. One more time. What? And 6th on the US Billboard Hot Rap singles. And this song was gold out in Canada, selling them around 5,000 copies, and it was platinum in the US with about 1,870,000 sales. So that's pretty dope. This song ain't no joke, by the way, either. All right, we'll get more on that later. All right, and before we get on to the second single, I just want to point something out that I mentioned earlier. So this album came out before Foxy Brown's album, and not only that, but I forgot about this part, but Foxy Brown album was also reissued a year later, and it added a single as well. Yeah, I mentioned that last week, and that's pretty ironic. Like, both of these albums, debut albums by Foxy Brown and Lil Kim, came out around the same time, a week apart. Obviously, Lil Kim's Hardcore came out first, and then both of them were reissued rather, a year later. And they added another song, which just so happens to be singles. So that's pretty interesting. So the second single off this album called Crush on You, and this one features the Notorious B.I.G. and Lil Cease. And some of you, I want to say it's a forgotten classic, but to some degree it's not. Some people did remember this song. But anywho, this song samples Jeff Lorber's Fusion's Rain Dance from the 1979 album Water Sign. So this joint came out, the Crush on You song that is, June 10, 1997. And Here's the scenario. The song was meant to be a duet between Kim and Lil C from the beginning, but after filming the video for her debut single No Time, Kim became pregnant. She would later decide to abort. After this, Kim took a music hiatus. This resulted in the album version of the song featuring just Lil C. The single version, retitled as a remix, features Kim. Okay, let's read on. The Crush on You remix was never featured on the Crush on You single. It was only featured on the Not Tonight single. So that's pretty interesting. And of course, you know, Biggie did the chorus. So yeah, there you go with that. And there's a music video for this. Let me read the music video real quick. So the music video for Crush on You is noted as being the first video to feature the colored wigs that Kim became known for. The theme for the video, the change in floor colors, were based on the film The Riz, not Wiz Khalifa. But anywho, after deciding on the theme, Kim and her stylist thought that her outfit should change to match the floor color, with Kim adding that she should wear wigs to match as well. The video consists of 4 colored setups, blue, yellow, green, and red, with Kim's outfits and wigs changing throughout to match. Additionally, Aaliyah made a cameo appearance in the music video as well. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Now let's look at the charts. It was 23rd on the UK singles charts and 16th on the Billboard Hot 100. By the end of the year 97, it was 11 again. It just joins more charts later on. It was 11 on the US Billboard Hot Dance Maxi Singles. Dance? What? Not this song. But anywho, well, not that type of dance. But anywho, it was 40th on the US Billboard Hot R&B Airplay. And again, R&B. Why? But anywho, let's get on to the third single. This is the one right here. Not Tonight. So this joint, well, let me rephrase this. I'm assuming this is based off of the remix. Yes, this is based off the remix. And this one came out June the 30th, 1997. So, wow. I'm assuming it's based off the remix, because that's the date right there. Because the original was recorded in 96. Now, the remix was also featured on the Nothing to Lose soundtrack as well. We'll get to the charts because this song did really well on the charts, I can tell. So the original version of Not Tonight was featured on Lil Kim's debut album Hardcore. I already said that. And this one was produced and features Jermaine Dupri. And the remix, like I said, this one samples Ladies Night by Kool and the Gang, obviously. Now, there was no music video for the original, but there was one for the remix. Now, here's the thing about this one. The video was shot in West Palm Beach, Florida from June 27 to June 28, 1997. The video starts off showing the girls on a boat and eventually into a jungle setting. The music video shows clips from the movie Nothing to Lose. It also features guest appearances from other female celebrities, including Mary J. Blige. Actually, I'll get more on her later on. T-Boz, and apparently she's from behind the scenes. Queen Latifah, SWV. Now what's happened to them? Like, what's going on with them? Escape. Now what happened to them? Black. Now what's really happened to them? Because that was actually one of my favorite groups right there. Changing Faces. I don't remember them much. Toto and how you pronounce this one? Oh gosh, I think it's Mia, but it's like M.A.I.A. Mia Campbell. Yeah, that's it right there. That sounds right. Now let's get to the. Okay, it ain't bad. I thought it was gonna be more than this. So it was 31st out in the Dutch Top 40, 10th in the Germany Media Control charts, 4th in New Zealand, 52nd in Sweden, 11th on the UK singles charts, 6th on the US Billboard Hot 100. 3rd in the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop songs, and 2nd on the US Rap songs charts. By the end of the year, and yes, expected to join different charts, it was 27th out in New Zealand, 46th in the US Billboard Hot 100, 21st on the US Billboard Hot R&B single sales, 31st on the US Billboard Hot R&B Airplay, 8th on the US Billboard Hot Rap singles, and 11th on the US Billboard Hot Dance Maxi single sales. And this single was gold in New Zealand. It was platinum in the US, selling around 1.9 million units. So there you go with that. Now let me give you guys my best tracks off of this album. So Big Mama Thing, I hate to say this, I really do, but Big Mama Thing is the worst track off this album, and it's not bad. And the reason why I hate saying that because Jay-Z's in it. Like the drums are really dope, but in general it was just okay. So this is a case of the song don't suck, the song ain't terrible. It's just that there are better songs on this album. Moving on, Spin a Little Dough is next. The beat isn't bad, but they went a bit overboard with the piano. That might be a sample, so they probably could have done without it, I guess. I don't know if it was possible. Next up is Not Tonight featuring Jermaine Dupri. The beat was okay. And then we got Mafia Land. The beat was cool. And then next up is Fuck You featuring Junior Mafia and Biggie. And it sounded like some old school Busta Rhymes were used. Like if this was When Disaster Strikes, extension level event Busta Rhymes, I can see him, you know, doing something with this beat. Next up is Drugs featuring, you know, Biggie, and the beat there was cool. We Don't Need This next featuring Junior Mafia. And notice how most of her song features somebody. Like, that's crazy. I think only 3 songs she did them by herself. I had to double check that. Moving on, No Time is a forgotten classic. It's pretty cool, and the beat is dope as well. Now let me give you guys, and that one featuring Puff Daddy. Now let me give you guys my top 3 songs off this album. Crush on You featuring Lil Caesar and the Notorious B.I.G. This joint is a classic, and the beat is dope. And yeah, this is that. No, I'm thinking Players Anthem. Not Players Anthem stuck in my head. But Crush on You is really dope, man. It's really, really dope, man. Second best song off this album is Cream's Bitch featuring Aaliyah and the Notorious B.I.G. The beat and track in general is dope. Kim went hard on this, man. And this song was sampled by Mary J. Blige for her song I Can Love You. You remember that song? I Can Love You. I Can Love You. That song, yeah. So that song sampled this, which sampled something else, but I ain't gonna get into that. But anywho, this track was dope as heck, dog. It was #1 until I heard Dreams. Dreams is the best song off this album. It is extremely dope, and Kim was fooling on this one, man. She was fooling on this one, man. Without question, Dreams is the best song off this album. Now, let me give you guys some professional ratings. So, AllMusic gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars, as did the new Rolling Stones album guide. Robert Chris Gall gave it, it's a picture of scissors. So, okay, choice cut, I guess, I don't know what that means. Entertainment Weekly gave it an A. Pop Matters gave it favorable. And RapReviews.com and Spin gave it 7 out of 10. And The Source gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. So, what do I think about this album? Well, notice I'm not including the reissue bonus track, even though I have to mention it because I'd say that was Lil Kim's well-known song ever. Not her best, but her most well-known song. Now, looking at these 15 tracks, again, 4 of them are skits, so we're gonna erase those. And then I went to only 3 songs she did by herself. Yeah, I was right. There was only 3 songs on this album she did by herself. And that's pretty crazy. You know how I feel about stuff like that. I don't really like that. But this album is really, really good. So if I had to give it a score, I'm going to give it I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say 4 out of 5. And I recommend that you download it and keep it. You know, there's some classics in here. No Time is a classic. Crush on You is a classic. Dreams is dope as heck. That joint is extremely dope. Queen Bitch is extremely dope. So, real talk, I'm gonna say, no, there's more than those 4 songs. Like, We Don't Need It was pretty cool as well. So there's a lot of potential here, but there's a lot of great songs in here. Nothing here is like, oh my gosh, this just blew my mind. There's only 2 that's close to that, Dreams and Queen Bitch. Those 2 are really, really dope, man. They are knocking on the door of being the best songs of all time. They are knocking on the door. So 4 out of 5. You download it and you keep it. If you bought this album, whether online or physical, that's a bonus. So with that said, y'all know who this is. This your boy, the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.